You're watching Cartel TV and I'm Jenny. Now, if I were to describe my perfect car, well, it would be stylish, luxurious, and I definitely prefer space, practicality, and everyday usability over pure speed machines and some crazy 0 to 100 speed. And as a rule of thumb, the more of these features a car has, the more I like it. Now, the car I have here today doesn't really have any of these features, but I still love it. Today I'm checking out the latest 2019 Jimny from Suzuki in the only trim it comes in the Auto. It has a small engine, not a lot of space, it's gutless, and it's the opposite of luxurious. It's also undeniably affordable and adorable, but on paper, that's about it. Well, let's just forget about the paper for a minute, because in the flesh, or metal and plastic cladding, the Jimny is undeniably lovable. It looks cool. It's as simple as that. It has a lot of classic style and looks like it can climb a tree. Now for me, the Jimny is truly reminiscent of the G-Class Mercedes, crossed with a Barbie four-wheel drive. Now we often refer to car shapes as boxy, but Jimny defines this description with round headlights and pronounced wheel arches. So it resembles the iconic G-Wagon at 1/20th of the cost. But if you can only afford the Jimny and really want to pretend you have a G-Wagon, you can buy a kit online. Just make your own little knockoff G-Wagon. Now this is where my novelty nerd meter popped. The front is dominated by a higher section with headlights and grille and a lower section with bumper and fog lights. I actually really like that it stands out from the rest of the competition and stays true to its older generations. The side has really prominent cladding on the wheel arches hugging the 15-inch wheels and big doors for easy entry into the front and a relatively easy entry into the rear seats. Now the engine, well, it ain't nothing to write home about. It's a 1.5 litre with 75 kilowatts of power and 130 newton meters of torque. It's naturally aspirated, so these numbers are found high up in the RPM range. Officially, it consumes 6.4 litres per 100 kilometres with the manual and 6.9 with the auto gearbox. Now, if I look at the Jimny as a modern city car, then the engine does disappoint. Now, it's not the best sounding machine, and if you want to use it to the full and still modest capacity, you have to rev high up. The top power is available at 6,000 revs and the top torque at 4,000 revs. But you'll rarely push the engine that hard, especially with the automatic gearbox that I have here. Moreover, on the road it's bumpy, and you do notice the height of the car while turning at anything considered higher speed. However, it's not meant to be a sports car, or give virtually any driving pleasure on the road. It's meant to take you wherever you want to go, and it's really good at that. And it's a whole lot of fun off-road. Ladder frame chassis makes it perfect for off-roading, improving structural rigidity. The negative side is that it increases weight, but on a vehicle that is generally lightweight, it's not really an issue. Stunning approach and departure angles of 37 degrees and 49 degrees respectively, and a ramp over angle of 28 degrees are better than in many highly regarded and priced off-road vehicles. Now both the front and rear have rigid axle suspension, and that increases the off-road cred. When you're on a bumpy terrain and one wheel climbs on an elevated surface, the wheel on the other side of the axle is pushed downwards in order to connect to the surface, hold the vehicle as even as possible, and improve grip at times when you need it the most. You also get a host of off-road electronic nannies, such as All Grip Pro 4-wheel drive with brake LSD traction control, hill descent control, and hill hold control. Speaking of the 4-wheel drive system, it is a part-time one with manually selectable 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low modes. Now for those of you not familiar of the benefits of 4 low mode on rough terrains, you should probably just know that it is awesome for getting you through most bumpy challenges. Off-road, you're more likely to get stuck in a much more expensive SUV or ute than the latest Jimny. And I'm totally not kidding. Add to this the lightweight and also great visibility, and the Jimny is pretty unique off-roader. Oh yeah, in 2-wheel drive mode, it's actually rear-wheel drive. Not that it makes much difference with this engine, but I thought some of you would like to know. One thing I did really love about city driving was the great visibility and therefore ease of parking. With a length of about 3.5 meters, all corners of the car visible from the driver's seat, minimum turning radius of under 5 meters, predictable boxy styling, and a reversing camera, there aren't many cars that are easier to park. Just make sure you factor in the protruding spare wheel. Now this feature makes it perfect for young, adventurous drivers who want an affordable, go-anywhere vehicle who don't really care about 0 to 100 time or heated seats. The interior is simple and almost outdated, but it just looks tidy. Now there's no high-tech design solutions, no awesome ideas, no massive central console. What you do get though is practicality. It's very, and I mean very, easy to use, even on rough terrain. The instruments are easy to read, well positioned, and the square surrounds for the instruments really complement the retro ruggedness of the overall feel. Large buttons in off-roaders are always a good thing as well. Modern amenities include a 7-inch touchscreen with satellite navigation system, reversing camera, and integrated Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. USB connectivity options with audio controls on the steering wheel, digital climate control, cruise control, 12-volt sockets, and similar. The seats have a good mix of comfort and support, although keeping in mind the price point, they're not amazing over long and really rough trips. And also, the producer, who is 6'2", did say that he'd prefer a little more legroom than was offered at the maximum up front. In the rear, you only get 2 seats. However, despite its tiny proportions, rear legroom is actually not too bad, as long as the producer isn't sitting in front of you. And for the record, he's 6'2", and me, I'm 5'6". It often gets mentioned in the comments, so guys, there you go. What is truly bad though, is the boot space. I mean, you could put your cricket bat here, or maybe your clutch purse, and that's about all. Folding the rear seats is really easy and provides a decent space of 377 litres with a flat loading surface, but then you only have 2 seats. Now Barbie and all her friends definitely wouldn't be fitting their camping gear in this space. However, if Barbie just went with Ken, then they could drop the back seats, and there's definitely decent room for all their accessories. Now, safety is not among the best. It has a 3-star Euro NCAP safety rating. Future updates may improve that, but making a tough off-roader a top safety pick at this price point, that's a tall order. Although it does have some of the most practical and modern features, such as IS electronic stability control, hill descent control, ABS, EBD, brake assist, autonomous emergency braking, lane departure warning, weaving alert, hill hold control, and automatic headlights. Now, if you expect anything other than awesome off-road ability at an affordable price, look elsewhere. But for a very affordable price of about $22,000 for the manual and $24,000 for this auto, you get a Barbie dream car for anyone who ventures off-road for up to 4 people or 2 people with lots of space. On the road, it's a very basic and simple elevated drive that's easy to park and get in and out of. But off-road for this kind of money, I'm not sure that there are any better options out there. And if there are, they're definitely not this cute. And thanks again for watching Cartel TV. And if you're looking for one of these awesome jimneys, don't forget to check out Clever Buys. Saves the hassle from going into the dealers. Let them send their offers to you. See you next time. Peace.